Wow guys, Singapore Flyer, Gardens by the Bay, East Coast Expressway. That's the view we are getting from right here in Singapore Pan Pacific Service Apartment. So that's pretty cool. Really tough situation that I've put this Nikon Z6 Mark II in. How is the dynamic range? Can you even see my face? I got light from behind me and also a little bit of light from the left hand side, but definitely not enough because there are buildings there to actually get some lighting on my face. But how does this look? How's the dynamic range? I'm using the 35mm f1.8 Nikon Z lens and just testing out and showing you this dynamic range, the capability on this Nikon Z6 Mark II. Right now we're gonna jump into what this video is really about: iPhone 12 Pro Max versus the Nikon Z6 Mark II. I did some sample videos and pictures, so we're gonna do comparison. Can you tell the difference? Let's go. So here's the settings on my iPhone 12 Pro Max using Smart HDR and scene detection. So right now let's take a look at the iPhone 12 Pro Max shooting in HDR video, which is 4K 60 frames per second 10-bit in high dynamic range with Dolby Vision. Guys, so that was it. Were you as surprised as me on how the iPhone 12 Pro Max performed against the Nikon Z6 Mark II? I'm pretty astounded on how well it performed, especially in pictures mode with that smart HDR. The colors and the dynamic range were spot on, not much post editing needed. The Nikon Z6 Mark II was underexposed, but of course, if you have the raw images, you can improve the overall picture by adjusting the shadows and highlights and stuff. But since it's a little bit underexposed to me, it's really dark, you may lose some of the details in the shadows right there. So it depends on how much work you do in post editing. And then we come to the videos portion. I think the 4K 30 frames per second was pretty comparable. But when you shoot in 4K 60 frames per second on the iPhone 12 Pro Max in 10-bit with that high dynamic range, a lot of the videos seem to be overexposed as compared to the Nikon Z6, which was underexposed. But I guess if you were to do post editing, which most of us do when we are doing video editing, it's always easier to play around with videos which are slightly overexposed rather than videos which are underexposed. Like which I said earlier, the details probably will be lost in the shadows. The iPhone 12 Pro Max, it does look overexposed, but when you look at the histogram, it is not overexposed, so it's not clipping anywhere, so all the details in the highlights are still there, so a lot easier for you to post edit as compared to the Nikon Z6, which is slightly underexposed. So basically that's my opinion, guys. It also depends a lot on what you want to do and what kind of software you have to post edit these videos and the photographs. But to me, I think overall, straight out of the camera, the iPhone 12 Pro Max wins hands down. So leave your comments in the comment section. I want to hear what you guys have to say, and then hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the notifications button. And next video, we'll be checking out a new mobile phone gimbal, so stay tuned for that, and peace.